Ayo, Ashleigh Monet here. Today we are doing a style swap and it has been far too long since the last. Ages. I'm sorry to have made you guys wait so long. I'm sorry to myself for denying myself the opportunity to do it for so long. So today we're gonna get back into it. Now I am thinking since the holidays are approaching, I am gonna do some Christmas characters. And I also was gifted some alcohol markers from Grabie, so I get to try those today too. Let's have some fun with these. Well, enough of me talking. Let's jump right in and see what I can create. So the first character we will be style swapping is none other than the Grinch. I will be using my trusty dusty style swap dice, and our categories are kids cartoons, adult cartoons, Disney, toys and games, and the wild card. Let's start with Disney. Our options are Disney villain, Disney princess, or prince since he's a dude, Pixar, turn him into a monster, Tim Burton, or my choice. Disney princess, well, prince. Okay, next we'll roll kids cartoon, and it's either going to be Dr. Seuss, Peanuts, Amazing World of Gumball, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Powerpuff Girls, or my choice. Powerpuff Girls. All right, I'm feeling wild. Let's do the wild card. It's got anime, baby, my choice, turn him into a food, gender swap him, or turn him into a superhero. Or supervillain. That was this one. Comic book style. Oop. Gender swap. Okay, toys and games. We've got Minecraft, Monster High, Lego, My Little Pony, Five Nights at Freddy's, or my choice. My choice. Ooh. And last, we have adult cartoons. It's either going to be Family Guy, Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, my choice, Simpsons, or South Park. Family Guy. Okay. So we have Family Guy for adult cartoons, my choice for games and toys, and oh gosh, this is a hard one. But y'all seem to really love the My Little Pony, and I think I have an idea for that, so we'll go with that. Powerpuff Girls for the kids' cartoons, a gender swap for wild card, and Disney Prince for Disney. Let's do this. Real quick, as I'm setting up, I did want to point out a couple of things about the Grabie markers, and I feel like other marker brands should take notes because I love that the case is solid plastic, not the flimsy fabric like most others. And it's kind of hard to see, but right here, there's in fact like the plastic divider insert that keeps the markers separate and stable, which is a functional necessity for me since I like to keep them in a particular order that of course coordinates with my swatch cards. OCD rears its ugly head. But also the markers themselves have a triangular barrel so they don't roll. Love that. Don't know why everybody doesn't do that. Okay, so Disney Prince Grinch. My first instinct was to base my drawing around Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Since, you know, he's a Disney prince that's covered head to toe in fur like the Grinch, I thought that would translate well. However, when you eliminate the horns and the teeth and the snout, like he really doesn't look like the Beast at all anymore. And I felt like the line work just kind of looked like I crossed the Grinch with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like this is Grinch on steroids. He is cut the F up. Anyways, I knew I had to draw him as a duo with sweet little Max. And for him, I used Tramp as inspiration. Hey, at least that one works. With the line work done, it was time to move on to color. And I gotta say, these Grabie markers, they were not a love connection for me. The brush tip was great, the pigments were great, but they were so wet. I had color feathering out beyond my lines everywhere. Out of control. Now I know there's probably already somebody getting fired up in the comments saying,
"Of course there's feathering. You're not working on the appropriate marker paper."
And this is true, I can't dispute that. But y'all know I'm cheap. You know I've never used said marker paper on this channel, and I am hopelessly devoted to plain old printer paper, which I always use, and this is the first that the feathering has been this extreme, which confirms to me these markers are much wetter than most. Now to give them the benefit of the doubt, that's probably advantageous on marker paper because blending alcohol inks goes much smoother when they're wet. But on my paper, it's just making these look so bad. And so now I have to go over my lines to thicken them and kind of hide that feathering, but now they don't look accurate to the style anymore, and that makes me cranky. Anyways, let's move on to the Powerpuff Girls now. I just can't see Grinch as an adorable little Powerpuff Girl. He is not made with sugar and spice and everything nice. He is entirely Chemical X. So I decided to base him off of the arch villain, Mojo Jojo. Now Max, on the other hand, would make an adorable Powerpuff Girl. Moving on, I'm super excited for this one, the gender swap. I love gender swaps always, but a girl Grinch, now that's what I'm talking about. Funny that there's been a ton of Grinch remakes and reboots, and yet no Grinch sequel where maybe he meets this Lady Grinch. What do we call her? Grinchette. Now Max's transformation was very subtle, just some wicked lashes. And now we shall call her Maxine. On to the crowd favorite, My Little Pony. Actually, I shouldn't say it's a crowd favorite because I actually like doing them too, because the little butt tattoos are like the perfect opportunity to add a little personality to them. Now, Grinch Pony is of course going to be looking very, very cranky. But then we have Max's little baby pony self, and he's just the opposite. He's holly, he's jolly, he's just having a grand old time. And now for the booty tats. The Grinch's is going to be his little janky busted heart that's 2 sizes too small. And I had nothing for Max, so I'm just going to do Rudolph's glowing red nose. Whatever, it works. And that brings us to the finale, Family Guy Grinch. For the Grinch himself, I actually had to piece together a bunch of Family Guy characters and kind of tweak it a bit to get it right. But Max, he was straightforward. I literally just did Brian with long ears and the horn on his head. And with that, we're done. Here is a closer look at all of these swaps, but please don't look too close at all of the marker oopsies. I do like all of these, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would either be one of these two, the Grinchette or my little Grinch pony. But for once, I'm not unhappy with any of them. That's awesome. But wait, there's more. Y'all know we've got to do another 5 styles, which means another character. Get out of here, Grinch, because we are going to do Buddy the Elf. And it's time to choose his styles. Let's get to it. Starting with Wild Card. Out of frame, but that one was Baby. Okay. How about Adult Cartoon next? South Park. Games and Toys. I know they're kind of out of frame, but this was Minecraft. I think that's the first time I've gotten that one. Let's do kids' cartoons. Peanuts. I feel like I get Peanuts all of the time. I'm over it. Time for Disney. Tim Burton. Okay, heck yes. So we got Tim Burton for Disney, Peanuts for kids' cartoons, Minecraft for games and toys, South Park for adult cartoons, and Baby for the wild card. Alrighty then, let's do this. I do want to point out, as I'm pulling colors for Buddy, these markers for now only come in a 48 pack, and the biggest bummer for me is the lack of neutrals like skin tones. I can maybe get away with this 25 for Buddy's skin tone, but that's really just a super pale pink. I might have to layer with 38 for it to be more peachy, so there's that. But let's start Baby Buddy. Pretty straightforward. I did decide to make his little elf hat super oversized because he is a baby. And we see his sweet little baby tum-tums. And he gets his yucky little spaghetti concoction for breakfast. Okay, that's enough baby talk for me. Let's move on to South Park Buddy. South Park style swaps are some of my favorites because they're just so easy and consistent. Like, everybody gets the same eyes, the bodies are mostly the same. You're really just like changing hair color and outfit. And that takes us to Minecraft, which was considerably more difficult, and I definitely butchered a lot of the lines and angles. What do you want from me? I've never done this before, okay? I still think if somebody saw this, they'd say, oh, that's Minecraft. So there's that. Now for Peanut Buddy. Peanut butter, and jelly. These are also usually pretty simple. I feel like my dice are rigged though, because I roll this one way too often. We've gotten one like every time we've done a style swap. Starting to think maybe I should cover that side up with a different style. But you know what though? They do always come out looking good, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just roll with it. And I don't know why I didn't give my last two buddies any sort of accessory, but Peanut Buddy here, he's gonna have his massive pile of snowballs. Okay, last but certainly not least, I was looking forward to this one, Tim Burton Buddy. I think he's gonna be good and creepy looking with that big ol' elvish grin. And of course I'm giving him his bottle of maple syrup. Did anyone see that video that was a trailer for Elf, but they recut it as a horror film?
I can't go to sleep unless I get tucked in.
It actually worked, and this guy is giving off those vibes. And that's a wrap on Buddy the Elf. Pretty happy with all of them. Definitely think the Tim Burton Buddy is my favorite of the bunch though. I could do nothing but Tim Burton's all day and be happy. Hey, maybe I should switch the challenge one day and do one style, 5 characters. Oh, that was so fun. I missed style swaps so bad. I promise next year not to go so long between installments. And speaking of next year, this is actually going to be the last long form video that I put out in 2024. Yes, I know, and I will miss all of you as well. Now, obviously, I will be taking time off for the holidays, but also I have a plan to DIY remodel the majority of my house, all of the bedrooms. We're going to be switching what rooms everybody's in. I am finally going to have a designated art studio. I will be painting murals in all of the rooms. It's going to take a fair bit of time, so I'm going to say nothing until next year, possibly even the first week of January that might take me. But the good news is then when I come back, I will have a crap load of content to show you guys, because obviously I will be recording everything I do. And in addition to the remodeling the house footage, we'll get back into some regular content like Create This Book. I know a lot of you have been waiting, have been concerned, why am I not doing Create This Book anymore? The truth is I was getting a little bit burnt out on it, and then when I fell behind and couldn't stick to my regular schedule, I don't know, I got all upset about it, threw a hissy. I had really good prompts planned for Christmas. I had even more planned for Halloween than what I did, and it was just like, what's the point if I can't do it when I want to? But I took some time away from it. I have regrouped, and I will be back to doing Create This Book when the new year starts. So yes, in the meantime, I obviously still have the 25 Days of Stickers series going. That was supposed to go, I think, until the 28th based on when I started posting, but I've been falling behind on edits for those, so those might even go through until the start of the new year. I mean, they will for sure be done by January 1st because that's when all of the stickers are going to be on sale in my shop. And I actually think I want to do a live on January 1st. Probably somewhere midday for me. You know, for all those people that get to party hard on the 31st and want to sleep in. I got you. But last year around Christmas time, I did a Q&A. So I kind of want to do the thing where I do a Q&A every year. That was such a headache to edit. So I'm like, I should just do it as a live. So that live on January 1st is going to be a Q&A. Start working up some questions that you might want to ask. Maybe not repetitive questions from last year. So if you haven't seen last year's Q&A, I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description and probably put it like on my end cards. I answered some good questions in there, and that was actually when I started dabbling with the like corrupting coloring pages that everybody seems to love now, which is great because they are so much freaking fun. Definitely going to do more of those in 2025. But yeah, last time you'll see my face until January 1st when I have my shop launch and I get to sell a bunch of stickers, which will be a lot of fun. I hope you guys all enjoy your holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.